It's 5 o'clock. Let's call the December 8th, 2025 meeting of the Leitchfield Planning Commission to order. Missy, will you call the roll, please?
Yes, happy to. Commissioner Whitmore, Vice Chair Bowman.
Here.
Chairman Buckles.
Here.
Commissioner Clemens.
Here.
Commissioner Gibson.
Here.
Commissioner Clemens.
Here.
Thank you, Missy. And I believe that we will eventually be able to count Commissioner Whitmore present. I think he's been detained by a couple of minutes, so let's see if the agenda lasts longer than his journey to get here. Yeah. The minutes from meeting in November on the back, we received those earlier today, so you might have had an opportunity to review them already, but for those of you who have not, I'll give you a few seconds to glance, and I will then entertain any motion to accept or amend.
Motion to approve the minutes as presented.
Okay, I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
April with a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. All right. No official visitors with business before the commission. Do we have any old and unfinished business? Tyler or Dave, whoever wants to start.
All right, so I brought in a copy of the 2026 future land use map. It is not 100% completed. If you'll look, the northwest and northeast quadrants are complete. I started working on the southeast quadrant and got the majority of it completed, but hopefully by tomorrow it'll be 100%.
Looks like considerable progress.
Yes, so of course all the purple color is industrial, the blue is commercial, orange is public institutional, and yellow is residential. So
Okay. Any old or unfinished business?
Have you talked about this yet? Let me go to, first of all, back to the comprehensive plan, since we were talking about this a minute ago. We actually spent, about an hour or so going over the various things. And we think that one of the things that we might ought to do with regard to our present land use, and we can finish this thing, is get from the PBA their maps and just list each one. They've got the owner. Just write on there what it's zoned, like R2, C1, whatever the case may be. And we've got it, and we can change it, and we can go ahead and get this thing done. And it's just so much simpler, so much cheaper to do. That's an idea that he and I came up with Thursday. Is that, you have any?
Well, is the map you just gave us, Tyler, is that actually showing each parcel? Is that created off the PBA map?
I have the, excuse me, I did get the shape file. I got one from Lincoln Trail, and then I had one from PVA
I
previously.
actually already inputted them, and both of them in the GIS program,
Yes,
and you are able to maneuver those and manipulate and do what you want to do with them?
well, when I started, this map was completely yellow. Actually, it was red, and I changed
Okay.
it to yellow, and then I started putting in the other zones.
So how much would it be to go to each parcel and add a zone of that parcel, A1, A2, or B2?
And we're not talking about coloring it either. We're just talking about writing on there, like R1.
So if anybody wants to look on the website and say, what's that zone, there it is.
So when this is done, there'll be a legend on the side showing that what color they see on the map, that's what zone
But
it is.
it's, what we have now, it's just block. You know, you have this whole area is C1 or whatever it is.
It's for the future land use map.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the.
We're talking about the present map.
The present.
We're talking about the
What we're
present
using
zone.
as a zoning map. As far as putting the actual zone on each parcel.
I just go through it.
If you own a lot up wherever, you can look on there and see it's zoned R2 or C1 or whatever it is.
So each parcel itself on the map will have the R1 or R2 or R3.
Yeah, that's what I thought, but now it's,
I don't know how easy that would be.
Well,
It'd
that's-
probably be
that's
extremely
what we're asking.
difficult.
Well, I think what we're going to end up with, I believe, is when we get a diversified enough legend, we'll have enough colors that we'll know the variations between R1, 2, and 3? Is that the end
Well,
goal?
our current zoning map does have that. I do want to change the color scheme a little bit on it because the residential zones, each one of them has a different shade of brown, and some of them are hard to tell which is which.
Because they're so small.
Yeah, but when I start working on that map, then I can change that. But I've only been working on the Flume map.
Well, see, at the PDA office, when I visited them, they were able to pull up for me each little quadrant,
Yeah.
and we can put them in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they're big enough, the way they pulled them up, they're big enough that you can actually write on, like R1, R2, whatever the case may be. It's got plenty of room on it to do it. I'm
Are you
trying to talk them into actually adding that to the, if we do that, to add that to the PDA map too.
Okay, again, that would add an additional step of maintenance then on map amendments. You know, as they occur, they'll have to be, the change will have to be reflected with them somehow, correct?
It would be if you put it on, but it'd just be so much handier for people when they pull up the.
I agree that more information is better. I'm just trying to figure out how the two.
Now, I don't know if they'll agree to do that. This is something I'll think about. We'd just have to write it in. Right now, I think we could write it in very legibly and save Tyler a tremendous amount of work there. And it would do, and it would really, you know, when you have a piece of property, you'd like to be able to go to Tyler's office and pull it up and say, well, here's the map. It says right on it, you know, it shows you right.
Do you feel like that would be a driver of valuation and indicate that if that metric is available to them, do you think that's going to impact
Impact what?
the valuation on a property?
No,
Okay.
I really, that's my opinion. I don't think it would. I think that people don't want to know what it is. I think what it does is it would really help people that are trying to purchase a piece of property to make sure that they were purchasing a piece of property they could use for the particular purpose that they have. And I'm not sure it would have too much difference with regard to
scale of the
valuation.
map we have now, when you're right on the line with whether it's R1 or C1, I've had that so many times, you can't really tell. The map is not clear enough that you can see which zone it's in. And so you really,
But if we pulled it up in sections like I'm talking about, now it wouldn't be one big map, it'd be sections. And those sections would each have the particular lot on it, and that particular lot would be marked. That's the way it's done.
I kind of agree with Dave. I don't think it's going to improve the value, but the convenience factor would be major.
So
So-
like do quadrants, and then each quadrant you could make bigger, and then,
Right.
Blow it up.
Yeah, and that's what
Pull
PPA
outs.
does. PPA
Okay.
does that.
You got
They
the
can
whole
do
map
that.
in there.
They can actually,
but you, yeah.
Yeah.
they can actually give those maps to us.
Is there a reason the bypass isn't on here?
Okay, hang on.
Because I haven't put it on there yet. I've got to get that shape file from the,
But it will be. That's all,
the
yeah.
Department of
that's fine.
Transportation. So I've already found it. I've only been able to get one for like the state highways. I'm trying to find
Gotcha.
one that's got the city streets on it as well. There's got to be one somewhere because it's on the maps that we got from Lincoln Trail. It's just finding it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I always use that as like that's where I go to first, and then I can find where I'm at.
Yeah.
yeah, got it.
All right, thanks for the update on that. We'll look forward to continued progress in that category.
What do you want to do on it? Is that something you're interested in?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely would, I agree wholeheartedly that it would be a good convenience.
You think it's something you could work with, Tom?
If they're open to the idea.
You think that's something you could work with, and you all could, it would make it a little bit easier on you rather than, this would be, it's fine, what you have here, I'm just talking about with the present map, do you think it would work?
I'm sorry, you're going to repeat the,
He's talking about if we go ahead and do it, so we can get this comprehensive plan done, you think that's something to put together, that it problem?
to go ahead and put the state highways
No,
on
no,
it?
I'm talking about the present map now,
Okay,
and put the present zoning classifications on each particular piece of property.
I can try, but some of them are so small that,
Well, it'll blow it up. You get to see each piece, they've got the delimitations on each one. That won't, you can't do it in one map. It'll be layered. It'll be like 5 or 6 maps, whatever the case may be.
I'll try. I don't want to commit to that, though.
Well, just explore that, collaborate on it the best you can, and just report back to us later on, how that's sorted out.
That's just something we might be able to do to complete this.
Okay. Did that answer your question that you had? Anybody else have any questions on it before we move on? By the way, as you heard, let the official record reflect Commissioner Whitmore is present.
Thank you.
Dave, you have new business for us?
Well, Tyler sent out to us this plat for us to look at. Kendall and I got together and spent quite a bit of time on it, trying to go through the zoning ordinance and see what needs to be done and changed to this plat. How do you think we want to handle it? Just give it to Tyler and let him work with it? Or?
Well, I mean, I saw several things that needed to be addressed. I'm sure possibly some of the other commissioners did as well. So anybody that has any concerns or things that need to be looked at tonight, I thought that's probably what we would do.
Okay, give a little detail on the plat that we're talking about, just for,
Okay, for example, the drainage, Kendall and I assumed that the drainage would actually flow down towards Cave Mill Road, but we're not sure. It just has drainage. It just has a drainage easement. And I would, if what most plats that we run through zoning plans have done is they put the marks on it so that you can actually see when I'm talking about Tyler, you see what I'm talking about. To go down through here like that, you see, so that they know that that's the drainage area. This is another area here. Drainage easement up here. I'm not sure where the drainage easement, I think it's in the back, isn't that right?
So they submitted to me the HydroCAD report, and they were going to put one detention basin in, but they've actually put 2. They're going to put, one of them's going to be down here on Lot H, and the other one will be up in this area up here. It doesn't have a lot number on it, it's just I'd Lot C.
Is this going to sewer to Cave Mill Road? Is that where it's going to sewer to?
It goes out the back.
No, it'll go out the back.
Goes
There's a
back to
lift
that
station down
lift
here.
station in
Well,
the
you
back.
can't get to that lift station, though. That's what they don't realize. You can't get to that lift station as it is now because there's a 10-foot area there that's not, that doesn't belong to it.
and I believe there's a plan to address that.
Yeah, I've talked to Kevin, and he's supposedly, Gary Watkins and him are supposedly be in the process of deeding that over to him, or deeding him an easement across that.
That's what needs to happen.
To bridge the gap to the station, correct?
Now, this lot in the back here needs to be changed. It's got this 2-acre lot. It needs to be eliminated, just put future development. Don't list it as a lot. That way it's not in, that doesn't violate planning and zoning. And because there's no access to it at this time. So we can't list it as a lot, but you can list it as future
Is he talking
development.
about this lot?
And then what he
Yeah,
can do.
but there is
But
access to
isn't
it.
that water?
Dave,
That's what-
we talked about it the other day. That back lot does have access off of that end of Sunset Drive, but it's only 50 feet. So if they got a variance for the road frontage off of that Sunset Drive
They don't-
and got the easement from Gary, then they would have access to
They're
it.
gonna have to actually lengthen Sunset Drive, though. Sunset Drive does not reach that.
But it's a platted, I don't guess it's a city street, but it's a public road by being dedicated and platted.
It's a city street.
But is it being maintained
I think so.
to that end?
I think it is.
But that was their plan, I'm sure, is access it off of the end of Sunset Drive.
That's just, we want them to be successful. We don't want them to have they need to check on that so that they can make sure they get in. If they can get into it, they'll have variance. Because there's not enough access access there for the roadway. And so it's gonna have to have it's gonna have to have a variance.
Okay, so what we're reviewing here is a preliminary plat that you all received throughout the month, and it's clear that there are some notes
Okay.
that everyone has. So just give your notes to Tyler on your concerns. Tyler will go back to the developer on this, and the developer will make the revisions, and then we will see this plat again, presumably at some point in time in the future.
Well, the other thing is, Mark, on the, like the power easement, they need to make sure that I don't know how big that power easement is, whether it's 50 feet or 30 feet. It's 50 foot, the lot owner needs to know, so that needs to be marked and shown.
So Tyler, can you take these notes and then get with the developer? And
Yeah,
I don't know.
stuff like that'll be on there, on the final plat, so.
Okay, that's.
Because that's required, the
We did that.
utility companies won't sign it without it.
That's what we figured that they would do. We just want to make sure they didn't run into problems. So I assume that's the reason you sent it to us.
Can we,
I'm
is it
gonna let you
possible
have
to
this, so it's
get
got
this
my little
side?
box on it, so.
Yeah, I printed these off the computer, but I
Kendall,
just printed.
That would
these.
be helpful.
Me one and Dave one.
Yeah,
It's on the computer, I'm zooming in
Yeah, you
and.
can tell. You could. On my phone.
we're trying, but yeah, it's tough.
I can print
The
some
city will
copies.
comp you your
I'll get them
copy.
from Tyler.
Thank you.
Thank you so
I mean, I
much.
can print them at the office.
I'd say Tyler can too, yeah.
any other new business, Dave?
No, that's all. I had actually put my notes on that plat that I gave Tyler, so.
Okay. Tyler, do you have any new business?
No.
Okay. Commissioners, anything you need to bring or share? Okay. That brings us to the adjournment portion of our agenda. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion.
Kendall with a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
West with a second. All in favor, say